Welcome to Dude RV. Hey, I really appreciate you stopping by, and of course, you got here just in time. That's right, just in time, because it's Friday, and it's time for another edition of Friday's Finds. I'm out here on the patio. Of course, weather's not cooperating. Does the weather ever cooperate? Anyway, I wanted this to be a really hot and sunny day to show you this edition of Fridays. And this is actually kind of more of a DIY edition instead of a product video. But it's a cool one. Literally, as you saw in the description up there, we're talking about the DIY patio air conditioner, ice chest cooler, or whatever. You know, we've got a big event coming up in August, the hottest month in Texas for camping. And there's a bunch of us getting together. It's called Buzzard Daze, D-A-Z-E. Buzzard Daze is coming, and it's going to be hot. And I want my friends and my fans to be cool. So I'm taking a great big huge fan, but I need to take them some cold air too. And the problem with summer here in Texas is it's not just the temperature's up, but the humidity levels are always up. And this year they've been record setting. The dew point yesterday was like 81 because there's so much moisture thanks to La Nina. Yeah, La Nina or El Nino, whichever one of them ends it is, we got it. So I've been thinking about being cool, and I want to, I sit on my patio every day, whether it's hot or not. I turn on a fan, and when it's really muggy, I'm still sweating, I'm still wet, and the fans are blowing. I got misters. I have a big misting system set up, but when it's humid, the mister doesn't really do anything but get you wet. And so I ran across a YouTube video. Of course, a guy built a patio air conditioner. That's pretty cool. So we're going to do that. And so I did do that. I bought a little transmission cooler. It's not as big as I thought it was going to be. The Derail Performance Transmission Oil Cooler. Pretty simple. It's a 10-pass. The big issue is it's not the dimensions that the listing shows. It actually measures 12 inches by 12 and a half. 12 by 12 and a half. Well, I guess if you measure it's 13 and a half by 12 and a half. The dimensions on the Amazon ad were for the packaging, not the actual product. It's actually about 12 by 12. It's a 10 pass, so there's 10 coils, some tubing, my big Lasco metal blade fan, and we're going to talk about fan selection here in a moment. The poly tubing goes into the Rubbermaid ice chest. I bought that ice chest when 20 years ago. Kids and I were going to the lake or something, and I didn't have an ice chest, and so I bought that one. It was like $15 or something, and immediately I found that there was an issue with the hinge. So the lid pops off this thing. So it's been in the attic, been in the storage shed, it's been in storage all these years, and I keep thinking I need to throw it away, and then I think, well, no, I'll find a use for it. And so I found a use for it. I drilled a couple holes in it, and I turned it into a super cooler by adding some styrofoam. I have a pond pump. I had that in the garage, but I bought it off Amazon. The styrofoam came from my local home improvement store. I put ice in there. It circulates through the condenser, through the coil, and that pulls that temperature differential removes the moisture from the air. So I'm not blowing wet air that just gets you wetter. We're blowing cool, dry air. And one of the things that I learned in this process is the fan. Originally I was gonna use the Lasco plastic fan for this, but you'll notice that has a large circular hub in the middle and the blades are toward the outside. With my condenser, the circle would be right here, so I wouldn't be getting a whole lot of coolness coming through the condenser. But with this fan, the hub is smaller, so the airflow moves through, more air moves through this than if it were on the other fan. And I actually found if I raised it up so that it's the highest possible point, I get the greatest amount of airflow. You can see that the hub is right there. So let me ice this thing down and get her running, and I'll show you what it does. I'll show you how well it does what it does. So I'll be right back. So you can see the circle right here where the hub motor is, the center of the fan, with condensation because of the air flowing through it. And the metal table is at 89.7 degrees. Concrete is 86. Brick wall is 91. The ice chest is actually 82 degrees. We're at 67. That's 59 degrees right there. 68. 66. 57 degrees. We don't have as much condensation coming off of it as I did earlier when I finally got it finished. Earlier it was pouring off. But we'll wait until we'll see what happens. I'll let it run for a little bit because I just dumped the ice in, and I'll check back in shortly. While we're waiting on things to cool down, let's talk about some merch. What does that say? Buzzard Daze. And then we have the new Dude RV logo. So the hats are on Teespring. There's a shelf right down there. And I'm gonna even tag them now that I can tag. We have several different styles of t-shirts. That's on Teespring. And on the Amazon store, and I'll provide a link to the Amazon on demand, merch on demand. We have the first Buzzard Daze, not the old Buzzard Daze. They're slightly different. I really like the way the ball caps turned out. And they're dad caps, so they'll get all nasty and sweaty. But I'm very pleased with the quality of the ball cap, as well as the t-shirts. It's a nice cotton shirt, so it'll be great for being hot and sweaty. I also have Dude RV t-shirts on Teespring as well. That would be thunder. I gotta go secure some stuff. I like this shirt better. I don't like t-shirt. I need a V-neck. I don't like that thing right there. Anyway, we're back over with the ice chest air conditioner. So the wall, my phone says it's 89 degrees. The wall says it's 90 degrees. The metal table is 87 degrees. 88 degrees. So the cooler's at 83. The hose is at 67. That means the cold water is 67 degrees. Look at 2 bags of ice and 1 frozen gallon jug of water. It's 73 degrees there. The sweet spot, 52 degrees. That is cool. Literally, it's cool. It feels very comfortable right here in front of it. Now this is not going to blow across the other side of the patio. This is about 10 feet, depending on, you know, when it gets up to 101 degrees. Now, it's interesting because with a traditional AC system, 20 degrees is about what you can, a reduction of 20 degrees is about what you can expect. With a household air conditioner or the car air conditioner, you can expect to drop it about 20 degrees. What we're seeing here, what's 55, 54 degrees, which puts that at, and that's 30 degrees, right? So if we're at 50 degrees and it's 90 degrees, that's not 30, that's 40. So there's a 40 degree difference between the table and the coil, because we've got the ice first and foremost, the temperature differential pulling the water, the moisture out of the air. You can see it's really starting to sweat now. It just makes the air drier, and that when that water evaporates, it cools it off even further, which is why we're seeing this coil at 53, 54 degrees. That's cool. That's what that is. That's cool stuff right there. And I put water hose connectors here, and I've got quick connects on order. They'll be here tomorrow. That way it's actually portable, because right now I'd have to disassemble it. And once I have the quick connects, just pop it loose, pour the water out of that, put the fan and the ice chest in the back of the truck. We got an air conditioner on the go. All we need is water and ice. I'm really happy with that. It turned out, it worked better than I expected. What I'd really like is to have a bigger cooler, but there's always a but. If I actually, because the amount of air that comes through here is not a lot. So actually having the split gives us the best of both worlds. Moving air to evaporate the sweat and the condensation to cool you off, as well as drying the air and cooling it down. So we get the best of both. If I covered the whole thing, we would have less air blowing out. It's about to start thundering. I got to get in the house. Well, I think we're about done. I mostly wanted to show you the merch and a way to stay cool. If you're going to be joining us at Buzzard Daze, you'll get to see this firsthand. If you can think of anything I can do to improve upon this, or post a comment down below. That would help all of us. If this is your first visit to Dude RV, Thank you for stopping by. If you found some value, please click on that thumbs up. If you've not already, I'd be most honored if you'd consider clicking on the subscribe button. And for those of you who have been following along, thank you so much. We really, truly appreciate that. And for my patrons, thank you. We're so grateful. Ha! You guys rock! All right, y'all come back now, you hear?